You ever move into your dream home only to find out the real pest problem? Wears a name tag and carries a clipboard. Yeah, that happened. The day Mateo and his wife Carla finally rolled up to their new mountain home in Cedar Ridge, it was supposed to be the beginning of peace. A clean slate. Years of dragging furniture from D.C. apartments to rented cabins across the country, while freelancing had left them drained. All Mateo wanted was to settle down somewhere quiet. Somewhere no one gave a damn what color your mailbox was or if your trash bins had wheels. But peace didn't last past hour two. Mateo was hauling tarps off the moving truck, the kind of work that makes you sweat straight through your shirt, when three strangers came creeping down the gravel slope just beyond their pine-lined fence, like hawks circling a rabbit. One of them, a woman who looked like she ironed her hair every morning and probably her cereal too, marched straight up the driveway. "Excuse me," she said, tone sharp enough to cut stone. "Are you the new homeowner?" "I am," Mateo replied, wiping his forehead. "Can I help you?" She didn't smile, didn't blink either. "I'm Denise Caldwell, president of the Cedar Ridge Village HOA. This property is under our jurisdiction. You were supposed to check in with the board before your move." Mateo tilted his head, like she'd just claimed the moon. "No, I wasn't," he said calmly. "This land's outside your jurisdiction by about 400 feet. County records are clear. You should double-check." Her painted-on eyebrows jumped, like he'd spit on her porch. The mustached guy behind her looked uncomfortable. The woman with the tablet just blinked and shifted like her shoes hurt. Denise took a step forward, close enough to smell the fake lemon on her blazer. "We'll be verifying that. Meanwhile, these commercial vehicles violate our ordinance. Your move-in isn't approved. You'll need to reschedule and submit an environmental impact form." Mateo chuckled. He couldn't help it. "Lady, that fence back there, that's your line. This side is mine. I don't need your permission to live in my own damn house." She spun on her heel, muttering about enforcement as she stormed off with her minions. Mateo figured maybe a petty letter or some passive-aggressive note on the mailbox. He didn't expect two sheriff's cruisers, sirens off but lights blinking, to roll up just 20 minutes later. "Sir," the deputy said, hand resting on his belt, "we got a report of unauthorized occupation, possible squatting." Mateo exhaled slow. "You've got to be kidding." He walked them through every document, title deed, ID, permits, the deputies. To their credit, read it all, then exchanged a look. "This isn't even in the HOA," one muttered. "Not even close," Mateo confirmed. "Denise just doesn't like being told no." They apologized. Actually apologized. Denise, meanwhile, peeked out from behind a tree like a vulture with a vendetta, shouting, "You're making a mistake. This is what happens without order." Mateo stared her down. "No, this is what happens when people like you try to rule the world one lawn at a time." And that was the moment he realized. He wasn't just moving into a house, he was stepping onto a battlefield. Next morning, a brand new sign appeared at the end of their driveway. "Property of Cedar Ridge, HOA, registration required, no exceptions." Professionally printed, screwed into the ground. This wasn't a joke, it was a threat. Mateo yanked it out and tossed it onto the firewood pile. Minutes later, his inbox pinged. "Subject unauthorized occupancy, a $3,000 fine, signed by none other than Denise Caldwell. Fines for noise, fines for having a moving truck, fines for improper vehicle clearance." Mateo laughed so hard, he almost spilled his coffee. By afternoon, things escalated. Two guys in yellow vests were rolling out orange plastic barriers across his driveway like some kind of construction site. "Who authorized this?" Mateo barked. "Directive, sir," one muttered, eyes darting, "until compliance is confirmed." Mateo snapped photos, badges, license plates. "You're trespassing," he warned. "Move this now, or I'm calling the sheriff." The second guy whispered, "Told you this was shady." They bolted. That night, Mateo installed trail cams, 4 of them, and a motion-triggered drone that buzzed if a leaf fell the wrong way. Still, the harassment didn't stop. Someone ripped the numbers off their mailbox and replaced them with Lot 14, a fake HOA address. Then there was the trash report, The complaint about Carla's herbs attracting insects. The random peel-off stickers slapped on their recycling bins. And then it got personal. One morning, the septic panel was cracked open, bolts missing, dirt scuffed. A couple nights later, someone scattered nails across the gravel drive right where Carla parked. They caught nothing on camera. Whoever did it knew the blind spots. Mateo filed every report, logged every detail. He knew the tactic: push until the victim snaps, then make them look like the problem. But he dealt with worse. He used to work courthouse security. He'd seen people lie to judges and cry on cue. Denise didn't scare him. Then came the twist. A county zoning clerk named Madison called, whispering like they were being recorded. She said the Cedar Ridge HOA had filed to expand their jurisdiction to include 3 nearby properties. Guess which one was at the top of their list? Mateo's. She called it a long shot. Widow called it warfare. Days later, Denise returned, but this time she wasn't wearing her power blazer. She wore pastels, carried a basket of blueberry muffins. Mateo spotted her from the kitchen and walked outside. Suspicious. "Morning, Mr. Torres," she said, all sing-song. He didn't smile. "I think we got off on the wrong foot," she offered. "I brought peace with them and pastries." She handed him an envelope inside. A $25,000 check and a form titled Declaration of Provisional Compliance. The offer: join the HOA, obey the rules, and she'd leave them alone. Mateo held up the check, then the paper. "You mean as long as I obey?" Denise's smile faded. "As long as you don't disrupt." He handed it back. "Lady, I've dealt with gang members in courtrooms. You think I'll trade my freedom for muffins and a leash?" That night, Denise struck back. Carla's garden, her pride, was leveled. Fence broken, plants trampled, sprinklers snapped. No cameras caught it. But 2 days later, Denise made her first mistake. They'd gone into town, grocery run, kids' school shoes. When they came back, the garage lock was shattered, door half open. Mateo grabbed a crowbar and crept inside. What he saw made his blood boil. Tools tossed, soil bags slashed, spray paint across the back wall. Incompliant. But Denise missed something when cam hidden in a birdhouse. Grainy but clear Denise. Gloves on, bolt cutters in hand. 2 HOA flunkies behind her, laughing. Mateo didn't call the HOA hotline. He called 911. The sheriff came fast, too fast for Denise to flee. They found her in the backyard, dusting off her pants. "Inspecting for violations," she claimed. Mateo played the footage. Her face turned ghost white. She was cited trespassing, vandalism, property damage. Mateo's lawyer, Fernanda, didn't blink when he called. "We're not just filing," he told her. "We're gutting her empire." They brought in a wild card Nick, a former HOA board member who'd quit last spring. They met at a diner. Nick slid Mateo a flash drive. "She's been planning this since you closed the sale," he whispered. "She wants a Pavilion County grants, prestige, but your land blocks her zoning." Mateo went home, opened the files. Dozens of emails, pressure until compliance, cite for noise, target contractors. He compiled it all into a booklet, called it Denise's Playbook. Then he leaked it to the press. The headline: Mountain Tyranny. One family versus the HOA Queenpin. Neighbors came forward. A woman fined $500 for planting unapproved roses. A man targeted for owning a red pickup. Denise doubled down flyers accusing Mateo of destabilizing Cedar Ridge. One morning, a dead bird, wrapped in an HOA newsletter, appeared on their doorstep. That was it. Court day came. Denise in a blue blazer, expression tight. Mateo sat calm. Carla behind him, eyes blazing. Their lawyer laid it out. Footage, emails of county maps, HOA lies, Nick's testimony. And the bird. Judge didn't hold back. "Ms. Caldwell, your behavior was calculated, predatory, and unhinged." Denise was fined $180,000 personally. The HOA, another $40,000. She was banned for life from any HOA role, slapped with probation and a no-contact order. 3 months later, her $1.2 million home sold at a loss. The HOA rebranded. New leadership. Old members resigned or fled. Carla's garden bloomed again. Mateo's garage got a fresh coat. The mailbox brass plate. Private property. No HOA zone. People from all over started reaching out, begging to learn how they fought back. So Mateo built the Cedar Liberty Network, sites, a forum, a fire pit of resistance against petty power grabs. And on one crisp Saturday evening, they hosted a barbecue. Neighbors, allies, the deputy, even Nick. As the fire crackled, their son chased fireflies beneath the stars. Mateo leaned back, Carla beside him, peace finally settling in. A wooden sign hung on their fence. No trespassing, no drones, no damn Denises. But the comments rolled in online. HOAs are necessary. You went too far. What if the HOA was right? So I'll ask you, was Mateo wrong for fighting back? Or is this what it takes to keep your land, your rights, and your peace? Let me know what you think in the comments, because next time, it might be your fence they come for.